Hello, fellow Biafrans. I have to say once again, good evening to all of you. Wherever you are right now, Voice of Biafra International is saying good evening to you all. To Biafrans in the States of America, we are saying good afternoon to you all. To those in Asia, we are saying good morning. To those of you in Biafra land and Nigeria, we are saying good evening. And to those in Central Europe, or let me say Western Europe, we equally say good evening. Right now, it is 2017 hours in Western Europe, 7 minutes past 7 in Biafra land and Nigeria, 2 p.m. in the States of America, and 3 a.m. in Asia. To you fellow Biafrans, we are saying good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to Voice of Biafra International, broadcasting live and direct from the city of Munich, Germany. This evening, our broadcast streams threefold. One, we are broadcasting right now live on satellite. Two, we are streaming live on Facebook. And 3, we are equally streaming live on YouTube. 3 of them simultaneously. That is to tell you the extent Voice of Biafra International has gone. And what makes Voice of Biafra International special is that we have a competent team in our crew. Gentlemen who are always prepared and willing to sacrifice their time and convenience to make sure that we reach you every day and give you information, news as they happen every day. I am Ikenna Obibiegono, your anchor man. Right now with me is Jude Chijoke. Jude Chijoke is a member of the vobi crew right now in Lagos, and he is now joining me in this particular broadcast. Jude, welcome to the program and say hello to fellow Biafrans. Hello, Jude Chijoke. Yeah, I'm sure Jude is there. Maybe the same connectivity problem is what is at times hindering us, but I'm sure he has to be reconnected. That indeed is a problem with the Nigerian telecommunications industry, and it is because of this we are saying it is homeward to Biafra land. Whenever we are in Biafra land, all these things shall never happen again. We shall be having 24 hours power supply. Communication system shall be very, very vibrant. Nothing like fluctuation. At any given moment, we are on. This is what is going to make Biafra a special country in Africa and then in the whole wide world. Don't forget that people always say, in Biafra, Africa died. Still in Biafra, Africa shall resurrect. And this is true. So, we are now asking everybody, wherever you are, to join us and make sure that we achieve, we actualize Biafra Republic. This is in our blood. It flows in us. Likewise in our spirits. And we promise our people that we are going to realize, actualize Biafra Republic in due course. We are happy to announce that Biafrans everywhere are now involved. It's no longer a situation where when we used to beg people to speak Biafra, to discuss Biafra. Now everybody is involved, and we are happy to announce that anytime, anywhere, proudly.
Hello?
Yeah, please, Maslinus, when you join us, you don't have to talk because the system is already on, and I am addressing Biafrans. When you join the system, do not talk. There, you don't need to announce it. I understand. Whenever you're online, I know those who are online. Once you get connected, don't just talk until I ask you, because when you talk when you're outside, you distract and disturb the flow of the transmission. So please, when you are settled, you rejoin us. Thank you very much, Maslinus from Biafra land. And I have to advise all the members of the crew or whoever that is listening to this particular program to make sure you control your noisy background. We wouldn't want a situation where your background noise would be disturbing the flow of the transmission. Day in, day out, we continue to announce this particular issue. And I would think that by now, everybody would have come to the realization that we no longer tolerate distraction of any kind. If anybody is found disturbing or distracting by allowing noisy background, I am going to get the person disconnected immediately. We shall no longer tolerate anybody's, excesses. Enough is enough. From the German satellite station of the Voice of Biafra International, this is Iken Nobi Biagono. Judy Chijoke, are you right now with us right away from Lagos? Hello, Judy Chijoke. I don't know why Judy is not responding. Well, I think I have to get connected with him very soon. We are for the time being entertaining you with a series of Biafran music. When you hear this music, we feel elated, we feel delighted. This is what we do always to entertain our people. And by this, they are always hooked on to Voice of Biafra International. Of course, when we hear Biafra music, everybody stands and enjoy it. We have a lot of activities lined up for this evening's broadcast, and I have to inform you what we have for you this evening. We are going to discuss the issue of Biafra's economic problems. Why is it that we answer in the Southeast economic zone, an established economic zone in Biafra land, but quite unfortunately, neither the seaport nor the airports are functioning. We want to make sure we discuss some of those reasons why our seaports are not functioning. The seaport in Calabar, the seaport in Port Harcourt, and the seaport in Warri, as well as the Onitsha inland waterways, why are they not functioning? We are going to look into all this. How come that up to now the second Niger bridge has become a political issue? Who is fooling who? From year to year, they keep on promising the second Niger bridge. Up till now, nothing has been done so far, tangible. Probably they are waiting for 2019 when they are going to use it again as a campaign strategy. Information getting to us is that a group of boys in Anambra State have gathered together to answer Anambra youth. And the reason for their gathering, forming this particular organization, is to disrupt Anambra election on November 18th. We are going to say something on that. At present, as we are broadcasting, the north central part of Nigeria has agreed on devolution of power instead of total balkanization of the federation. They are now talking about true federalism, devolve power to component units, probably go back to 1963 to 67 political arrangements. Again, as October 1st approaches, what is the fate of Nigeria? Are the Igbos packing home? Are the Hausas packing home? We say no. Let everybody remain where they are. There should be no exodus. The Hausas should remain in Biafra land doing their businesses. Likewise, Biafra should remain in the north doing their businesses. There will be no disruption of peace anywhere in Biafra land or in Nigeria. We are equally getting information that the federal government of Nigeria has finally gazetted the proscription of the IPOB group, by so doing making it a standing law. And to prove their meanness, they have written to all the banks, the embassies, and what have you. In other words, there is now a problem for the IPOB family. But then, how far should we go into accepting that? We are going to look into it equally as we move on. Hello, Jude, are you online right now?
Yes.
I have not been hearing you since. What's the problem? Hello, Jude. Hello, Jude Chijoke. Yeah, I'm not hearing you at all. You have to raise your voice.
I can hear you now.
You can hear me? Hello, Jude Chijoke. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So please, I have already announced your presence before and asking you to say hello to fellow Biafrans right now on the program with us. Hello, Jude Chijoke. Say hello to fellow Biafrans who are here right now.
Hello, good evening, fellow Biafrans. This is Jude Chijoke. I'm joining from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you as you listen. God bless you.
Thank you and welcome too.
punya chuba kuna. Ewe nalanu o chuba kuwe bibi pego. Adájọ́ yẹn bẹ kó wẹ̀ lóṣà náà wẹ̀ lóṣà bẹ́ẹ̀ èkó ló ń lò kọ́má. Ẹgbẹ́ ló ṣe wù dé bí kò wà wálé wáyọ̀. Ojú bá kùwé mẹ́sẹ̀ ní ìbàdàn tó àwọn àyàkí àmúta. Ìwọ́n jíjọ́ kan tó ta pọ̀ yẹn kó wọ́n lé yẹn. Ndị be anyị onye ji enyi wee kwa ọnya ụta ga-enu ụwa bụ emere ike ya na ụwa bụ onye emere ike ya enu ụwa bụ onye emere ike ya na Wanụrụ nwanyị nkịtị ma nwunye ya na-atụrụ ime n'ọnwanya nke ịbụọ ma nwunye ya na-atụrụ ime n'ọnwanya nke ịtọ ma nwunye ya na-atụrụ ime n'ọnwanya nke ịnọ ma nwunye ya na-atụrụ ime ọnụ nwanyị nke ise ma nwunye ya na-atụrụ ime owe jemebe dibịa ọzọkwa ka nwa dibịa gbalị ya wọ́n ti dọ̀tí lábàbí àná pẹ̀lú ọ̀kàwọ́ ọ̀kàrà tó yẹ. Ọ̀chúbà ní ìgboro mmadụ Igbo bụsie mmadụ Igbo gbọgwụ ego imesịrị kpata ego nwa. Ogbu ọkaka ị ga-agalụ. Na-enwere ebe ị ga-emezi ihe n'ụwa Igbo wee pụta mma. Ọ̀chúbà kwuwesị kedu ihe anya na-eti mgbe ọchọ n'elu. Ọwa Shinu.
Welcome to the program once again, my fellow Biafrans. We have to go into the business of the day proper. Like you all know, today is the 26th of September 2017. And from the satellite station of the Voice of Biafra International, this is Ikenna Obibiegono, your moderator, streaming live now, broadcasting live from Germany. Like I said earlier on, we are right now on satellite. If you go to our site, our link, you will hear our voice. Please let me announce once again. Any member of the crew, Louis response, please. Louis, check your background. Louis, you are joining this program. Check your background, please. If you can control your background, I will get you disconnected. Thank you for cooperating. Yeah. So please always make sure that your speaker or microphone is toned down as you listen, because once it is raised, the noise coming from there keep on distracting the flow of the streaming. Please. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, Louis, we are happy getting you online for the first time after several attempts in the past. You are welcome to the program, and could you please say hello to fellow Biafrans who are right now listening to this particular program? Yeah, Louis, over to you. But hold on, please. Hello, our caller, our first caller for the day. Hello and welcome to the program. Give us your name and where you are calling from.
I'm calling from Lagos.
From Lagos?
Yes, Lagos.
Okay, and what is your name, please?
Yeah, good evening.
My phone member.
Yes, and what is your name?
Yes. My name is Telogete.
Okay, so what do you have to tell Biafrans? I'm going to hear about the Biafran here and there. Because what you are saying now is streaming live on our radio. What do you have to tell our people? Any information? Any news?
I want to time the radio tomorrow.
We didn't get you. What did you say it again? Say it again, please. Say it again. We didn't get you.
I want to know the radio will be on air.
Already, radio, we are online, we are air right now, and what you are saying is echoing everywhere in the world. People are listening to what you are saying because you are talking directly now on our radio.
Okay.
Yes, what you are saying now, Biafrans all over the world are listening to you. That is why I asked you, do you have any message for Biafrans or any information for them?
The message I have for Biafra is that all the Biafra and the defense and believe that God has given us what we need for many years. So I want the Biafra all over the world to continue to keep God and down because our leader is not love and I love it. And the Biafra will achieve and they come back. They say we are in a there will be no violence. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your advice. We really appreciate, and we assure you that on our march, on our journey to Biafra land, there will be no violence. This we have assured everybody. There shall be no violence on our march to towards Biafra land. Anybody who is trying to create confusion or cause trouble must be apprehended and reported to appropriate authority. We do not want our people to die, either would we like to shed anybody's blood. We must get Biafra land alive. We cannot die before we get to Biafra land, because if we die before then, who then shall inherit our new nation? That is why we are making sure, telling our people, sensitizing them to do away with any form of violence and be law abiding. This is what we are telling our people. We thank you very, very much for this wonderful advice. And we are equally advising our people, wherever you are, maintain peace. Don't confront anybody. Maintain peace. And with peace, we shall achieve our freedom. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Now let me go to Louis. Louis, you are welcome. You are once again welcome to the program. Louis, are you there with us? Hello, Louis. It seems I have lost him. So that is our brother calling from Lagos, and he is trying to encourage everybody and advising equally that on this our march to freedom, to Biafra actualization, we must make sure we don't introduce violence. We must make sure we don't introduce violence. Rather, everything shall be done peacefully. What we are saying is this: majority of the persons that preach violence are living abroad. They live abroad with their families, enjoying all the good things of life. They eat whatever they like any day, drink whatever they like any day. Variety here is the spice of life. They enjoy variety. They go to good hospitals, good schools. If they want to relax, they go to English gardens and enjoy the fresh air. Everything here is anew. It is like paradise annex. Then when we enjoy all these things with our families, we now pray for catastrophe in Nigeria, in Biafra land. We say no to that. God so kind, the bim-massob family is making sure that ahead of October 1st, there must be peace in Biafra land. Nobody will be attacked. Nobody will be asked to go home. Everybody is free to go about their normal businesses fearlessly unfeared. In the same vein, in the north, every Biafran should go about their normal businesses without fear. We have spoken with all of them, and they have assured us that the lives and properties of our fellow Biafrans over there in the north are uppermost in their hearts and minds and must be protected. This is an assurance. So, if you find anybody trying to create confusion, get the person reported. Don't take laws into your hands, but try and get the person reported. This is what we are saying. Already, there is hunger and starvation in the land. People are already dying of inanition, hunger, avoidable sicknesses. Now, when there is no war yet, when there is no catastrophe, volcanicity, people are already dying of avoidable sicknesses, hunger, starvation, what have you. What if there is crisis in the land? What would happen? Then the entire nation would perish. May God forbid. We don't want that. I am right now in Germany where I am enjoying all the good things of life. I must confess. But then, should I say because I'm here untinctured by the stratifications of the Nigerian society, then I'll be praying for a catastrophe for the helpless people, for the less privileged to die in the process? No, I wouldn't think like that. This is why we must be grateful to the bim-massob family under Chief Dr. Afo Wazike for making sure there is peace in Biafra land. For making sure there is peace in Biafra land. And we are asking the Biafran security people, those of them on uniform, make sure that there is peace in Biafra land. Anybody that tries to disrupt the peace of the society, get the person apprehended and submit the person immediately to appropriate authority. This is what we are saying. We are tired of people trying to take everybody to ransom. Every hands must be on deck. Jude Chijoke, are you there with us?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so you had our brother who called in from Lagos. Where exactly you are right now? You know, talking, saying that we indeed must focus on Biafra, provided it is done peacefully, in line with the principles and philosophies of the bim-massob family. Jude, now you are in Lagos, and you know Lagos is not Biafra land. In the event of crisis, would you be able to do your businesses normally again and as usual without fear? Or do you subscribe to a situation where we maintain peace towards Biafra to be actualized? What is your view? Please, Jude Chijoke.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. My view concerning the last caller that just emphasized a little concerning the whole violence and the whole thing that has been going on for some time now. I think it calls for a very serious concern, because our people are peace-loving people. Biafrans are peace-loving people worldwide, you know, and we are known of traveling or going to the various places, you know, and we always law-abiding people. So, but the point remains that from our own home, we are not being treated equally. So we are simply looking for our own nation called Biafra, and in the principle of non-violence. I think that is the message. So now, if you are located in outside Biafra land, and you are doing your business, you know, working and you know, earning your little or lively, you know, good from there, I think you people, we abide by the law. We always abide by the rules, because every state you see has a law guiding it. We have always, and now we are totally against anybody coming into the struggle in order to create confusion, or, you know, that is exactly what we have been emphasizing. So from your question now, how do we cope, or how do you think that we I think the answer is very simple. The answer is very simple. We don't want violence. Anything that has to do with violence, you count us out of it. We are not violence organization. And anybody that is supporting violence and while you are outside of your own, then your business or whatever you are doing, it will be disrupted seriously, and it will be confiscated, and then we will go and face the law. I think the message is very simple. We are non-violence and non-exodus. I think that is the motto and the arrangement ever since from the beginning. So the movement remains non-violence, and anybody who is trying to bring violence into it, those are the people that are being chased around now, and most of them are into hiding. And thank God that we've been emphasizing on this particular issue for quite some time now, and our youth, most especially the teenage ones, the younger ones who didn't know how the struggle started. I thank God that most of them are beginning to follow up with the whole thing. So my own conclusion is that we are not violence, and anybody who preaches violence somewhere else outside the Biafran land, be it Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, or wherever, be it Lagos, Abuja, any part of other Lagos or any part of other western country or northern part of the country, it is not going to be supported. Nobody is going to support you. It is better you abide by the rule of non-violence. I think that is my own view on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jude Chichoke, for your wonderful contributions. And that is what we must always emphasize: non-violence. Anybody that tries to introduce violence in our midst must be dealt with, not viciously, but rather apprehended and given or handed over to appropriate security authority. That is what we must do, and this we shall do. Hello, Louis, are you still online with us? Louis, response. Hello, Louis. Okay, we have disconnected him, so let us now play a little bit of music. Yeah, please hold on, please. Hello, is that Louis?
Yes, good evening.
Okay, thank you very much, Louis. We are happy to have you right now. I think for the first time we can hear your voice. You are welcome to the program, and in the same vein, we would like you to say hello to fellow Biafrans who are now listening to this particular broadcast. Louis. Hello, Louis.
Yeah, I'm here with you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. The floor is open. Say hello to fellow Biafrans, please.
Yeah, hello to my fellow Biafrans. Hello to Ikenna, my fellow crew members. I'm calling from Lagos.
Okay, thank you very much. What we have to advise you is you have to stand or sit at a position where reception would be very, very clear, so that when you are talking to Biafrans, they would hear you clearly. And similarly, when we are broadcasting from here, you will equally get us. Thank you very much, Louis, for being with us in this particular broadcast. We are on with you all. Yes, we are here to entertain you from the satellite station of Voice of Biafra International, and Biafra Music continues to entertain you.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now, Louis.
Yes, we can hear you now. Sorry. Like I was saying that Lagos, and first and foremost, I'd like to say that the weather was very friendly because of the heavy downfall that poured today from.
Please, you help us adjust your position.
So
you will help us and adjust your position. Louis, we cannot get you. We cannot hear you anymore. So that is the problem. It rained cat and dog in Lagos today, and as a consequence, communication is totally broken down. So if you are hearing somebody from Lagos and all of a sudden you could not anymore, please, you have to try and bear with us. It is not our own making. It is not due to any technical hitches here. It is rather due to communication breakdown from Nigeria. That's the situation of things here. And we are moving on indeed, playing our music to entertain our people.
Have you greeted us?
But I just greeted you people now. But don't burn your husband. Mama, I've said it over and again. Ben is not my husband and will never be.
Shut up your mouth.
This is the person I love and nothing can change it.
Nkoli, are you with your senses? And you, I've warned you several times to stay clear from this compound. Now get out of this compound. I said, get out of this compound. Get out of this compound.
Yes, that has to do with the Biafran cultural displays. You have to listen. It's a prelude to a particular Biafra domestic song.
Stupid! Come back! Come back here! Come back here!
Let me make this announcement. Since last night, a group of misguided elements has been going up and down trying to denigrate and castigate the person of Chief Dr. Wazirike, the bim-massob leader, and by extension, the Biafran authority. These people have been going up and down, informing the gullible people that the bim-massob family has been moving up and down in Onitsha, pointing out members of the IPOB to the Nigerian military for summary execution and secret burials. It is quite unfortunate that anybody could descend so low, to carry out this type of vile propaganda, this type of destructive propaganda that can never help anybody, even in a stretch of imagination. We are advising as well as warning those people who are hell-bent on creating confusion in Biafra land to desist so far. We are now abreast with their antics, and we wouldn't like to dance naked with them in the marketplace. We are rather advising them to get themselves occupied and find something doing. However, by way of response to that particular vile propaganda against the person of unpretentious Chief Dr. Wazirike, The Voice of Biafra International came out with this particular release. The attention of the bim-massob family, as well as the Voice of Biafra International, has been drawn to nondescript paper hurriedly posted on Biafra News app and alleging that Chief Dr. Wazirike Ijele Ndibo has been traversing Onitsha and pointing out members of the IPOB to Nigerian Military Authority for summary execution and burying them in pit graves. It would have been better to skip this brain-drain statement coming from a group caught on panicky mood as a result of dashed hopes. But to avoid their vicious nature being a contagion, we consider it otherwise to react. We quite understand that they are choosing Onitsha as an imaginary setting is not unconnected with the mammoth crowd that characterized bim-massob 13 September mega rally and its attendant successful stories. It is therefore not a coincidence. Chief Wazirike is at present too occupied with significant details on Biafra and how to realize it, than to be drawn into misguided distraction by the scattered elements of fallen House of Usher in their lost and pathetic bearing, and whose present predicament calls for communal condolence visits. Simple truth is that a sinking swimmer clutches on any nearest object to remain afloat. But in this circumstance, they grab a stone, and here lies their infernal and horrifying tragedy. Unfortunately, some misguided readers choose to remain credulous of this accusation from each oppressed brains instead of being passers-by or still bystanders. We passed this stage of names calling long ago, and hereby advise the public to consign this where the clamorous refrain echoed nothingness. But we would not like to be drawn into any macabre dance with those who have lost bearing in the affairs of things except to vicariously pray for them with special prayer points, and reminding them that while noise making can make them popular, it cannot fetch them fame. They are rather like lightning, which ceases to be, everyone can say it lightens. We are warning these people, they have to desist so far from castigating Wazirike. Let them face the business of the day. But where they are staggeringly bereft of ideas, they can still alternatively attend to the inner worries than dragging Wazirike's name along their hazardous trail. Let them at least engage in agriculture and get occupied than this herdsman-like movement. Let them behave. Hello, caller online. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yeah, you are welcome to the program. Tell us your name and where you are calling from.
I'm calling from Accra.
Thank you very much. And what is your name?
My name is Samuel.
Thank you. You are now online direct on Voice of Biafra International, and anything you say, Biafrans all over the world are listening. What do you have to tell Biafrans?
Okay, I'm telling Biafrans that we are in our land, that nobody
Yeah, go on, please. Go on.
nobody should have their connection that we are in our land. And God, coming from now, our government will start to operate. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What he is telling Biafrans is that we are on our land, the land of success, Biafra. And nobody should be afraid. Nobody should fear anything, anybody. Because we are almost there. Biafra is almost there. Biafra actualization is on the threshold of our doors. And because of this hope we have now in the maker of all things, nobody should be afraid. Fear nobody, fear no man except God. Even if you see the random movement of the Nigerian armed forces everywhere in Biafra land, Fear not. They are there to make sure there is no breakdown of law and order. Remember, we are heading towards October 1st. However, the Arewa group has assured us that no Biafran should lose his life, not even their property should be destroyed in the whole of the north. They have assured us of that, and they have taken security people, the army, the police, to make sure that any misguided element is called to order. Today, I spoke with the chairman of the Arewa Consultative Forum, Alhaji Shetima Yerima, and he gave us the assurance. In the same vein, the bim-massob family, in collaboration with the authorities, should make sure that everywhere in Biafra land is calm. Let nobody touch any Hausa. Don't kill anybody. Remember, blood is thicker than water. For every man's blood, there shall be a reckoning, the Bible will tell us. Maintain peace, order, total tranquility. Go about your normal businesses. Do your businesses. Nobody will harass you. If anybody comes closer to disturb you, report the person to appropriate authority, and the person shall be apprehended and given the necessary punishment. We thank you very much, our brother calling from Aba, for giving us this particular hope, this assurance that we should not be afraid, despite the presence of the Nigerian army in uniform. They are not there to attack anybody. They are there to take care of preemptive measures against some misguided elements. This is why they are there. I am not trying to say that I support the random movement of Biafrans, army in Nigeria, in Biafra land. No. They have to go back to the barracks and not to intimidate anybody or to frighten our people. We are a peace-loving people, and the presence of the Nigerian army might scare us from carrying out our daily economic activities. This is why we have to tell them they have to go back to the barracks instead of this their random movement. But if there is any crisis anywhere, our people will be prepared to report to any authority for those people, misguided elements, to be apprehended. That is the situation of things for now. Louis, are you still online with us? Hello, Louis. Okay. Let's take it up music.
Oh yes. Ihe Chukwu tikọrọ ọnụ mmadụ etinyela nkewa n'etiti. Nne, nabata nwunye nwa gị dịka nwa gị. Nna, nabata nwunye nwa gị dịka nne gị. Ọkwanye ihe akwụkwọ nsọ kwuru. Maka na tigbuo zọgbuo enwekwana ebe ezi ya aka.
Now let us continue with our program for the day. Since yesterday, let me say since last night, like I earlier read out, some people gathered themselves and commenced what could be termed a very dirty, destructive propaganda against the person of Chief Dr. Rafa Wazirike. These misguided elements, wherever they come from, is still unknown. But all that have been feeding our people is a fabrication by accusing Chief Wazirike of leading the Nigerian army here and there at Onitsha, sorting out IPOB members. That is lie from the pit of hell. A very big lie from the pit of hell. These people have nothing doing. They have nothing practically doing. These are idle minds, idle brains. For want of occupation, for want of what to say, they fabricated such destructive lie. And we begin to wonder, what do they benefit? What do they benefit by peddling such lies against an innocent man? Since 2012, this group of people has been going up and down, tarnishing this man's image, accusing him of collecting money from the Nigerian government, accusing him of sabotage, accusing him of all sorts of evil vices. Yet the gentleman remains silent, not answering them. Silence, they say, is always the best answer to any fool. But then, that silence should not be mistaken for cowardice. No. That Chief Wazirike does not respond to them as a wise man is not a license for these people to continue to tarnish his image. Here he has been the pioneer leader insofar as Biafra actualization movement is concerned. Take it or leave it. Any other branch, any other group issued from him, from the bim-massob, strong, unwavering family. No matter what you claim to have today or to be, your history, your story can never be complete without hinging it on the Massob family under the leadership of Chief Wazirike. This is a simple fact. But then, if you have failed in your own promises, if you have woefully, staggeringly failed in your own promises towards actualizing Biafra in 2-3 years without recourse to peace, why not give peace a chance and let the gentleman continue this struggle non-violently? Hello, our caller online. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yeah, welcome to the program. You are welcome to the program. Your name and where you're calling from.
Ndewo.
Ebe kisi na-akpọ?
Nwanne m.
Yeah, and they will. Ị na-agwa ya okwu ugbu a na igwe eji ekwu okwu na Voice of Biafra International ọwa ebe olu gị na-asa ndị ugbu a enwere ozi ị ga-ezi ndị Biafra ka etinye si na-aga n'Aba
nwanne m ajụjụ ka m chọrọ ịjụ
ngwa na-ajụ gị please na-ajụ we are here for you
biko asị m ka m jụọ ka akpịrị na-akpọzi anyị nkuri nne ka ezi mgbe a ga-agbọdatara anyị ewedatara ya igwe ya ji ekwu okwu na FM ka m were nwa ekwe ike na ewere na-aga maka obi na-atọ anyị ụtọ.
Ọ bụ eziokwu ngwa ka m zaga ajụjụ ahụ n'eziokwu n'isi mbido the bim-massob family under Chief Wazirike enwere atụrụ arụbarụ ka enwe ike ibudata igwe a ga-etinye n'obodo dị iche iche n'ala Biafra ka enwe ike nweta FM direct mana ihe dịka izu ụka abụọ na atọ atụchara arụbarụ ahụ emechaa tụgharị uche sị na ya chọrọ ihe ọbụla ga-ebutere anyị ọgba aghara with ndị Nigerian security na ọ bụrụ na ịbụ matụ ugbu a ha ga-asị Biafra iburula pịa ọsọ na ha bịara ịdọ agha anyị asịzi na ihe ga-emezi na a ga-emezi this radio station this FM ka ọ nọzie na Germany anyị ebidozie mbọ n'isi na-agbakwa wee gakwuzie some radio stations n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime anyị na ha tụkwara erubere ha bidokwana ugbu a na-emeziri anyị our own FM ha na ugbu a na-emezie mana mgbe ha na-achọ imezie dịka m siri kọrọ ndị ụfọdụ kpọrọ m n'igwe onye isi ha gara holiday ọ gara ezumike izu ụka atọ mana ochechukwu si arụkwana arụ ọ batago ka ọ bataziri enwere mmemme dị uche dị egwu a na-eme n'obodo Germany here n'isi ebe igwe anyị ga-esi amalite ekwu okwu enwere mmemme a na-eme galas 2 weeks and every radio station nọ ebe ahụ every radio station in Germany nọ ebe ahụ na-ekwu okwu na-agbasa ndị ụwa o si aga na mmemme ahụ so ebe ọ na radio stations nọ ebe ahụ my brother enweghị ihe anyị pụrụ ime until ha mechaa nke ọzọ na obodo anyị nọkwa n'ime ewu Germany ha na-eme ihe ha n'usoro adịghị enye ngarị ma ọlị so ha na-eme ihe n'usoro anyị ga-asị onye ọbụla nwee ndidi n'oge na-adịrị anya emechaa mmemme a na-eme n'obodo a biko ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m a ga-agakwa ha bụ ike finish ihe ndị ha na-eme n'anyị mgbe ahụzi onye ọbụla anụmazi olu anyị na FM frequency modulation ka onye ọbụla nwee ndidi maka na ihe furu ofu agwụla agwụ before kwene ka anyị na-eyuzi nke anyị n'ogbe anyị na-ekwu okwu na Facebook live now na-ekwu na YouTube live na-ekwu okwu na satellite live na n'ọtụtụ oge na-adịrị anya enwere radio sets anyị ga-ebeta n'ala Biafra onye ọbụla ga na-eyizikwu ya na-enweta olu anyị na satellite. Yes, so we are praying to everybody to exercise little patience, please. Louis, please, you are hooked on through Yahoo Facebook Messenger. Control the noise coming from there, and when the person was talking, you were listening to his voice in your own set over there, and it was re-echoing. Please desist from that. We thank you very much for your understanding. Now, Louis, are you online? Is there anything you have to tell our fellow Biafrans? Okay, now, like I was telling fellow Biafrans, when people go, please, Louis, check your background. Much noise is coming from there. I think it has ceased. Now, when people go about tarnishing the image of Chief Wazirike, it is quite unfortunate, it is quite abhorrent. We have to advise such people to desist forthwith. We have a lot of Pandora, we have a lot of things to open, a lot of Pandora's boxes to open. Yes. So, and they should not compel us to let the cat out of the bag. If this rubbish continues, we might be compelled to open the Pandora's box, and the consequences, anybody knows, will be quite volcanic. Enough is enough. We are advising any other group to concentrate on what they can do for Biafra and Biafrans, and to stop pushing the individual. If they have failed, if there is a dashed hope, they should go and re-examine themselves, check their inner self, and know where something went wrong. They should stop venting their anger and passion on the innocent people of Biafra. We cannot run away because of misguided laws. We can't run away because of them. We have a lot of vices to attribute to them. But for decency's sake, we are bending our lips. They cannot speak better than us. They cannot argue more than us. They cannot debate more than us. But you know, we are just trying to guide ourselves as not to be taken to be mad people as well. We cannot follow them to a marketplace to dance. We are rather advising them they have to move back to the reformatory, get recooked, rebaked, and reformed to look at least human. And when they look at least human, we shall then be in position to readmit them into the main fold of this particular Biafra actualization. This is what we are saying. Judy Chijoke, are you there, please?
Yes.
Yeah, you may have heard some people have been accusing Chifu Wazika since yesterday that is leading the Nigerian army at Onitsha, arresting some people and killing them. Do you believe that trash from the pit of hell?
Yeah, my view to such a kind of allegation, although it is not the first time, you know, I think we are kind of familiar with all those cheap blackmail and lies. But this time around, there is a total different thing about it. You know, these are the same people that we have been warning ever since they've been going about causing havoc, causing hold up, blocking the roads, threatening people and other stuff. We have been warning them to desist from such. That the Biafran struggle is a peaceful struggle. But today, they have seen what they are looking for. And the most annoying part is that, the ones that are going about, causing this problem or spraying all these lies and rumors, they want Biafra, but the people that are leading them are the ones that, that lie to them and make them to take oath, for them to denounce their religion and the other stuff, believing that that is going to restore Biafra. That information is wrong. Okay, now you wanted problem. You think you can stand the Nigerian military, and you have claimed and boast and every other things, and then today you have failed. Your leader is no longer there for you, and you are going about trying to see if you can be able to get a kind of a public sympathy. I think that is what the whole thing is all about. There is nothing. It's a business allegation. It's a business allegation. All they want to do is to create a confusion in Biafran land. They want to create confusion, so our people will start saying that it is this person that now go and who were there were we the people was it the person that opens his mouth and be threatening the federal government of Nigeria. You see, the problem is just that most people, if you want to know the truth, you can know it. All you need to do, ask questions, go to the net, do your own investigations. The whole videos of when that they made are all there in the net for everyone to go to. The information is very clear. They want to create confusion, in our own land, and it seems like they are not even satisfied of the problem that they've caused, and the whole setback that they've caused us, and the whole youth. Look at our youth. Most of them that were being misled, and today they've ended up, giving their lives businessly. And today they want to see if they can create confusion. I think the message is very clear. Our people in the north, I thank God that we've gotten some assurance from the Arewa Youth, constitutive president, and some assurance that there won't be any attack. And at the same time, Chief Dr. Wazirike is assuring us on our own side, telling everybody to go about their normal business. I think that is the main message. Then these other people that thinks if they want to fall, they will not drag everybody along with them to fall. I think they are the ones that are just blabbing, making noise. They have failed, and they will fail again. So whoever that wants to go and start listening to all those things, I think the person that will say the person is rather not informed. And then finally, I would like to thank God for giving us, or rather blessing us with Chief Dr. Ralph Wazirike Ijelendibu is a second, because despite all the misinformation, lies, despite all the insults from here and there, And despite all those things, he doesn't talk back. He doesn't even react as if there is something because he calls all these people.
Jude, hold on, please. Jude, hold on. I don't know, Louis and Ume Maslinos. This noise is coming from either of you. Either from Ume Maslinos or Louis' response. This noise is coming from your angle. If you don't check your background and stop this noise, I will disconnect two of you. Please, Ume Maslinos, check your background. Louis, check your background.
It's not coming from Ume Maslinos. It's not coming from Ume Maslinos.
Then Louis, you have to check your background. Louis, if you don't check your background, I will disconnect you. The noise is coming from there.
No.
Then somebody is touching some objects and they're getting confusion and they're distracting the flow of this particular streaming. Please. Now it's calm. Somebody has stopped touching something. It's calm now. And people are telling me it's not from there.
Okay.
Please, it's not absolutely calm. Mind what you touch. When you touch whatever, it continues to echo here. Jude, go on, please. Now, there you go again. Jude, over to you.
Now, like I'm saying, I said that I really thank God for giving us somebody like Chief Barrister Dr. Raf was the second. I thank God for having that we have such a person in our own land, because he has led the struggle from 1999 till date, and then he has never for once abuse the federal government or try to get or use any words that is going to push our people to go out and then start looking for arms to fight or something of this nature. He has always remained non-violence and then very peaceful from the beginning. And even despite all these lies about him, misinformation, just trying to give it a bad name. That is the purpose why they created most of these groups. Most of these groups are not fighting for Biafra. All they are doing is that they are trying to flex muscle, they are trying to dominate, they are trying to be on. That is why they lie and they promise something they cannot do, and today they have failed. And they are looking for a place, a public sympathy for people to sympathize with them. So whoever that they are telling anything, the person should ask them the right questions. Where is your office? When did you promise you are going to get on Biafra, and have you gotten it? I think the question should be straightly directed to them. Despite all the insult and all the abuse, the leader of bim-massob, the founder and the leader, has never even talked back. And that is to show you that he knows his onions and he is that is a good symbol of a leader. A leader should be very cautious and be very, but the people that think that they can create confusion, I think people have seen everything themselves. So I think the people will judge by themselves. So I would like to, advise our good listeners, and then Biafra worldwide, anywhere you like, then you should please disregard these people that call themselves whatever. We cannot call them terrorists. We know them in person. So we know that they are simply ignorant, or most of them were simply misled. But today, a lot of them are looking for a place to go and to go into. But they should first of all renounce whatever they have been made to take. Like most of them took oath. Most of them are so abusive. Most of them insult their elders. Most of them do not have respect for their parents anymore. All simply because of Biafra that is preached to them wrongly. So I thank God that we are doing this correction. I thank God for Voice of Biafra International, that is doing this job today. And nobody can do it better than this particular radio, because this radio was set up for the purpose of Biafra and to enlighten our people. Because a lot of people said that they are fed up that if this is the same Biafra that they are talking of, that the Biafra that have not even come. Some people have started worshiping somebody. I think we don't told them they should be calm. That when the right radio comes up there, that they will be opportune to come and give their own contribution, and they will see how a Biafra should be. They should disregard all these things, and I thank God that they are listening to us today. So we are urging them and as well advising them to disregard all those messages. They were just meant to create confusion. Thank you. I think let me leave it there.
Honestly, you have hit the nail on the head. And that is the message. And I believe indeed that those who have ears would have heard you. You don't come and terrorize the entire peaceful Biafran society. You go about boasting clamorously without having any visible structure on ground to accommodate surprises. You go out there, you abuse everybody. You try to confront the military with the broken bottles and the sticks and what have you. You talk on top loudly, claiming what you are not, giving the military impression that you can do and don't do. And now the military behave the way they are characterized with. And then, why do you need to complain? Looking for a place to give your blames. The bim-massob family never confronted or abused the military or anybody. Now you have been branded terrorists. We are against the Nigerian military authority branding you terrorists because we know you are our brothers, our flesh and blood. We know you. That was a mistake, branding you terrorists. We disagree to that. All we need to do is to caution you to be careful and stop disturbing the peace of the society. You confronted them. You gave them the impression that you could fight a battle. Now, just one gunshot, everybody vacated, leaving the helpless people to suffer the whole consequences. Look at the number of people that were gunned down. Innocent people. I don't know if they died foolishly. I don't know if their souls are going to rest in peace or in pieces. Because they died foolishly. They saw death and they confronted it with nothing but bare hands. This is not what we want. We want a situation where we have to use our heads to achieve what we want. Enough is enough. And we have warned them. Now, when they go up and down trying to accuse Chief Wazirike, did Wazirike ask you to confront the military? Tell me. Now your hopes are dashed, and their commander-in-chief escaped through the pigeonhole. We thank God that he is alive. We really thank God that he is alive, because despite the prodigality in him, he remains our brother. And of course, we have to commend him for sensitizing those who have not known about Biafra. Everybody has a role to play in Biafra struggle, in Biafra actualization. Everybody has a role to play. Without a leader, there will be no followers, and without followers, there will be no leader. Everything runs concurrently. So you cannot say because a motley crowd is following you, you become ungovernable. You don't take advice. You become a law unto yourself. And you think you can stand like a colossus. Every other person should bend or walk under your huge legs and find ourselves dishonorable graves. Courtesy of Shakespeare, Julius Caesar. We don't want that. Biafra is a democratic and egalitarian, what we call autocracy. And we believe in it, say your mind. But a situation where a particular individual so early a day has assumed the title of supremacy, supreme leader, we are in Biafra land, and make the children not to respect their parents. The younger ones no longer respect the elders. It is abominable for all these boys to continue to invoke thunder on their elderly ones. Because of what? Somebody did not agree with their views. What of yourself that have refused to agree with any other person? How often have they invoked thunder on your head? The other day I was listening to a particular video clips. Children, kinder. What do you mean by kinder? Children, babies. Not even children, babies. Under the age of 8, we are singing, calling somebody, is my savior, is my savior, is the savior. What an abomination. Jesus Christ is no more their savior except a haggard individual. What for? We are here to correct such anomalies in our society. We will not keep silent when a group of people continue to mislead our people. Because when the consequences will come, it's going to mess on everybody. All right, they are going to mess on everybody. We find this unacceptable, and we must begin now to correct everything. You don't come to Biafra society, the Igbo society, you become the big all and the end all. You are not Ayatollah Khomeini. You are not even the King John or whoever of South North Korea. You are not supreme. You must subject yourself to the views of the general Igbo populace. You cannot come out to tell us everybody must worship you. I found it very, very disgusting. Some people bending down, worshiping, kissing the floor ground. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was too disgusting in our own Biafran society. So early a day. In other words, if Biafra is to be handed over to you, everybody must every morning sacrifice their time to come and pay you homage. And whoever fails to do that shall face the Inquisition. That is not the type of Biafra we are going to build. It's not going to be the Biafra we are going to tolerate. We say no to that. Absolutely no. And we are prepared to make sure we cause such misguided elements to order. We shall no more tolerate their excesses. Much as we are warning the military, rather advising the military, I cannot say one, we are advising the military, they have to take it easy. Biafrans are peaceful in nature. They should not mind because of the clamorous boast of a particular individual group and they mistake everybody to be the same. No. There are a lot of innocent people in Biafra land going about their normal businesses. They should not please stampede them into fearfulness. Please, I don't know, I have to warn again. Louis, I will disconnect you. Louis, I will get you disconnected. You are distracting the flow of this broadcast. What noise for? What are you touching over there? It is only when I talk you remain calm. Once I continue talking, you begin to touch whatever I don't know. Please give us a peace. Let us listen to this broadcast. Ume Maslenos, are you with us?
Yes, my brother, I'm with you.
Yes, you've heard that some people have been going up and down since yesterday trying to disparage the person of Chief Obazirike, alleging that has been leading the Nigerian military to the hideouts of the IPOB scattered elements, fishing them out and killing them, burying them in peace. Do you agree to that? And what message do you have for the IPOB people?
First of all, I greet you, my fellow Biafrans. Good evening to you all who are listening to our broadcast today. And my brother, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to our headed brothers. First of all, what do you expect from a drowning man who has lost focus? The moment I read that article, the very first question I asked myself is, does that mean that Chief Dr. Wazika has got no time to start going one IPOB members resident to the other, with the Nigerian military, showing them where they live? How on earth will one imagine such thing? That Chief Dr. Wazika leave all what he's doing and start doing such. This is not the first time they are laying such allegations. I remember when their leader was supposed to appear before the Nigerian Court of Law, and they started going about spreading the rumor that Owazwike has accepted to wear masks to come and testify against him. So this time around, it's not new. And at the end, they proved that Owazwike wore mask to testify against him. And now they have come up again. They are only afraid of our 13th September retaliation, because they've seen the outcome of that, the proceed of that rally. They have no other light to tell the people concerning their activities. So in order to try to poison the people's mind concerned towards what we came to do at Onisha on the 13th of September, they decided to come up with this lie, telling them that Wazirike has abandoned what he's doing and started coming to their houses to show the Nigerian military where they live so that they will be arrested. How did the Wazirika get to know their residency? How did the Wazirika get to know their IPOB members? Has the Wazirika known all MASSOB members? Not to talk of knowing IPOB members. What identity do they have that will make Wazirika to start going after them? These are the questions that need to be asked. Because it's not all what lies that somebody fabricates that is something that could be sold to anybody. Our people need to listen properly and begin to understand what these people are out to do. They have no agenda. They have nothing to offer other than to discredit whatever bim-massob are doing. That is why they will always come up with one lie or the other. But my advice to them, if actually in the innermost heart they are fighting for Biafra, if actually they are working towards actualization of Biafra, there is no point creating confusions. Like Dr. Afroswike will say, let every group go and continue what they are doing. It is not compulsory that it must come from Afroswike. Since you people have other ways you can achieve actualize Biafra, is good. Go and continue in that procedure. Achieve Biafra. It is for all of us. Now, he has allowed you people to operate, to flow in your own way. Instead of you continuing to flow in your own way, you turn around again and start thinking of what he knows nothing about. So they should continue, they should try. If they have no agenda, if they have nothing to offer to the people, it's better they keep calm and be watching the players in the game, the actual players in the game, and be studying their moves. After all, they still have members who attend our monthly meeting. Yes. They still have the members who attend our monthly, and those members always keep reporting to them the developments. They only got confused the moment the draft was we can stop feed us informations of events or activities too that is around the corner. Then they lost focus. There was nothing to brag about. Because whenever they hear anything from our national meeting, they will go and turn and look for a way to talk so that it will become their own program. But since our leaders stopped giving sensitive information, there was nothing for them to display again to the public.
Yeah, please, Umar, please hold on, please. I will come back to you just a second. Let me pick a caller online. Hello, caller with number 005 ending. Your name and where you are calling. Good evening. Your name and where you are calling from, please.
My name is Chibuki. I'm calling from Madam.
You are welcome to the program.
Yeah. Please, I have a question to ask.
Yeah, go on, please.
The eyes come on the about the actor.
Pardon?
The eyes come on the meeting concerning the actor.
Yes. If anybody who listened to American president when he was delivering his own speech at the UN, he made a statement on indirect statement on that. And that statement he made referred to Biafra, that no other country shall stifle the ambition of the original people. They should be allowed to go back to the basics and establish their own government the way that will suit them. That statement was made with reference to Biafra, Catalonia, and Scotland. Have it in mind. We wouldn't have expected him to make it open because they have to be very, very diplomatic. So the issue of Biafra is receiving central attention at the United Nations General Assembly. Besides, after all said and done, it is not the General Assembly that will take the decision, but the Security Council. That is the situation of things, please, my people. So we follow due process and we leave the rest to God. It is only God that determined the very day the Israelites left Egypt. We are doing everything humanly possible to leave Nigeria. The very day God will say it is time, that day, even if they block the roads, we are going to enter the belly of the well like Jonah, and this particular well shall vomit us in the land of the Nineveh, which is our modern Biafra. This is the situation of things. God controls every event, and we human beings are rather helpless victims. So that is the answer I have to give you. We have to exercise elements of patience because God indeed is working for us. There is His hands in everything we do. Thank you very much. Do you have another question? Thank you so much. Okay, thank you very much. Yes. Yeah, hello. The what, please? No, please, I didn't get you. Please, I didn't get you. Say it again. Concerning what, please? Okay, Anambra leader. Yes, what happened there? What happened there? Okay, I understand you. We are conducting election in Anambra on the 18th of November, and those people called the Anambra youths are nothing but misguided elements trying to create confusion in Biafra land. We shall not give them the chance to succeed, and we have taken every appropriate measure to contain their excesses. We are not going to beat them. We are not going to fight anybody because they are our brothers, our flesh and blood. But all we need to do is that once we see them trying to create confusion, we are going to report them to appropriate authority for disciplinary action. We can no longer tolerate the misguided elements to come and get confusion in Biafra land. Some of these people, I don't know the way to describe them. I don't want to be wrong, but they are misguided, and we must call them to order when the time comes. Be rest assured, we are on top of the situation. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for understanding. Now, let me go back to Ume Maslinos to keep on with what he was saying. I mean, keep on, please, Ume Maslinos.
All right, thank you, my brother. So, like I was saying, these people, the moment they lost, if the Chief Dr. Afwazike stopped giving information to us the way he used to, there was nothing for them again to use to inform. There was nothing for them to inform their listeners or their followers again. Then all they could do was giving them all manner of lies, hopes that they cannot fulfill. But what surprises me, why leveling these allegations against Chief Dr. Afwazike? If they had said that Anambra people are going about pointing at their residents for police to or the military to arrest them, it would have been a different issue. Dr. Afwazike is not in Anambra State. Dr. Afwazike is not from Anambra State. He is not living in Anambra State. How come they imagine that he knows where they live? How come they imagine that he knows their head house? How come they imagine all this nonsense? If the land of Anambra State is after them, they should try to appease the land. If they have offended the land, which I know they have offended the land in so many ways, all they should do is to try to look for a way to appease the land so that the land will stop hunting them. Because I think it is the land of Anambra State that started hunting them because of the evil and the atrocity they've been committing in Anambra State. So they should stop pointing accusing fingers to someone else who has not contributed to their problems. Rather, who is even fighting for the place. So I think this is just the little advice I'm giving to them. They should look at the land that they have rubbish, so that the land can accept it back and allow them to have some little peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You made some, silent points here. They say Chief Afwazike is leading the military from house to house, arresting them. The question is this, like you pointed out. Who are they? Who are they? What personality do they command? Do they give to our people? Do they show? Do they project? What personality do they project for Chief Wazirike to condescend to that level to fish out the rubble? Who are you? What metal are you made? That Chief Wazirike should leave his commitment to Biafra actualization to come and fish out crayfish from the mud. Let me withdraw that statement. No Biafran is a crayfish in the mud. We're all human beings. But then, all of you should be careful how you denigrate this gentleman's name. What is your identity that he should recognize you at this point in time? He is very much committed. He is very, very much committed to Biafra actualization than to be distracted by the clamorous tones of some misguided individuals. Does he know where you live? Does he know your parents' name? Does he know your complexion, your height? What does he know about you as to identify you? Biafrans look alike, of course, and it is not easy to create a difference. Even if differences exist, Chief Wazirike can never sacrifice any individual on the altar of Biafra actualization. Know it now. Chief Wazirike can never intentionally sacrifice any individual on the altar of Biafra actualization. Know this once and for all. So, whoever is sending you to cause acrimony in Biafran society should let you know that when the consequences come, he will deny you. After all, what happened of late is enough lesson. Somebody asked you to protect him and guard his house. He got wind that the military was coming. 2 days he escaped and asked you to be guarding empty house. And foolishly you obeyed. Now where are you? Where are you right now? You are not giving an account of your still worship before the throne of heaven. Tell God what sent you there. Tell God what were you doing. Tell God what did you stand to achieve. Is that the way to achieve freedom? Even Jesus Christ, when he was trying to liberate us from bondage, he never fought anybody. He never abused anybody. He used simple heavenly logic to pass on his messages. And today, his messages remain indelible. So why can't we imbibe peace for the first time? Why do we like confusion? Are there criminals, hoodlums, brigands in our midst that want to benefit from social stratifications? Let us not be Hampata one grain that always benefit from every crisis. We wouldn't want that. We wouldn't want Biafrans to create problems in our society for some misguided people to benefit from there. No, we say no to that. We are too big for that. So we have gone beyond that. Anybody dreaming that must have everything. Take it or leave it. Hello, Luis. Are you online right now? Hello, Luis. No, we have lost him once again. So, fellow Biafran, that's the situation of things now. We shall keep on hammering on this. We are going to unbundle all their lies. Any moment they come out with any negative projection against the bim-massob family, against Chief Wazirike, we are here to tackle them. And from henceforth, anytime we are putting up press statements, we are going to use appropriate adjectives to qualify them. Enough is enough. We are going to consult our lexicon to give them the best adjectives to qualify them. We have taken this piece too far that they are becoming so stupid. Somebody got up, then you dreamed because you had the malaria or hypertension. Your brain began to run riot, and that's when you began to see Chief Wazirike in your dream. That is madness. Enough of this. Parents should call their children to order. Tomorrow you say this person was born by a house man. We are beginning to suspect all of you. Most of you must be born by Why should I say Hausa? I'm sorry for that statement, please. Hausas are reasonable. Let me withdraw that statement. I'm talking in the context of their own accusation. You said somebody was born by a Hausa man. What of you? Maybe Hausa men are no human beings. Yet they chase you away from your father's house. And tomorrow you still come back to talk. You encourage small children to misbehave, to insult their elders. Where in Biafra land has that thing been obtainable? Never. You have to respect your elders, your parents, for your years to be prolonged. Otherwise, the way you have been invoking thunder to strike on anybody that's fair to agree with you, the same thunder might do otherwise. They say back to sender. What now is happening? Why can't we talk? Are we done? We cannot be dumb. Why every time I continue to disturb the peace of the society? Why must we run away because of an individual? Enough of that stupidity. We cannot continue to consume the whole day because of misguided elements that are out there to be virus in our society. Fellow Biafrans, let us take a brief interlude of music before we go to the next topic. We are back on air once again, my fellow Biafrans, anywhere you are listening to this evening's program, which is streaming live on Facebook and YouTube and satellite simultaneously from the German station of the Voice of Biafra International. We are here live with you. Now, something came to our desk today. It is the latest news that the federal government of Nigeria today, or rather yesterday, gazetted the proscription of the IPOB, branding it finally a terrorist organization. And by this gazette, it becomes a law that anywhere they are caught, they are going to be prosecuted. Now, as an individual, I always frown at the measures being taken by Nigerian government. It is quite selective. It is quite selective because Boko Haram has been, stampeding the entire northern states rather, but nobody has ever branded them terrorist organization, killing people, a kind of spree, burning churches, bombing everywhere. Nobody has branded them terrorists, but for mere noise making, a group of people was branded a terrorist organization. I disagree to that. Much as I can't do much to turn the table. So whatever fate that befell any individual group, it is their own making. Now, federal government having gazetted this proscription has made it a law and has written letters to banks. To block their accounts and stop free flow of money or sponsorship. Written letters to embassies resident in Nigeria, and equally written to very many countries of the world, informing them that such an organization is now branded terrorist organization and we have no business to do with them. By implication, putting the entire membership of the IPOB under the watchful eyes of the international security apparatus. Jude Chijoke, you have heard that it has now become a law, and Nigerian government has written to the banks to block every account of IPOB, written to all the embassies in Nigeria and other countries of the world, intimating them that IPOB is now a persona non grata. What do you have to say?
Yeah, my brother, I think that particular issue is a very, very hot and a burning issue. And anybody that is listening to this broadcast right now, if the person wants to be sincere to him or herself, I think the person should be able to know the one that is the truth. Because we can't just jump into maybe talking about a particular people being branded terrorists, and then these other people from the other part of the country who have been killing people, they were not branded terrorists by the federal government. I think that is still points that our people are not being, treated fairly. I think that is the main issue still points out to. We're not being treated fairly in a country where we are supposed to be, seen as the citizens of a country, but rather we are seen as second-class citizens, and whatever they do, they believe they can do it and just get away with it. But trying to draw the summary to the whole thing, I think it is the same of our people. We know these people. We want them that this is what that their leaders plan. Because if you watch the way these things are happening now, it is a very simple something. What has been the plan? And I'm categorically saying it now that the plan of the leaders of IPOB, most especially the RBN led by Nnamdi Kanu, under IPOB led by Nnamdi Kanu, why boasting? Why coming out to brag? Why sending threat messages?
Jude, hold on, please. Jude, hold on. Hello, our caller online.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening and welcome to our program. You tell Biafrans your name and where you are calling from.
I'm thinking a lot Biafra now for Ebony State, about the region. Yeah.
They were Mazo.
Okay, myself, yeah.
Bim.
Bim. And the mechanism.
Ana bandombo ayekele chukwu bi n'igwe ọ dị mma ị na-ekwu okwu na Voice of Biafra International right now ihe ị na-ekwu Biafra asụrụ ụwa gburugburu na ihe ị na-ekwu enwere ihe ị ga-agwa ndị Biafra ma ọ bụ ndụmọdụ ma ọ bụ ozi ọ dị mma so ị nwere ohere oge ọrụ masị gị gba anyị gwa ihe ọ ị ga-agwa nye anyị ndụmọdụ. We listen to advice, we take advice. Ofu onye na-amatachi ihe ọ ya mere Chufụwazi ike si na this Voice of Biafra ga-anọ for everybody. Onye ọbụla nwere ohere ikwu okwu na ya Biafra Voice of Biafra biko it is for all of us. Yeah, thank you very much for calling and giving us your words. Now, back to you, please, Chijoke. Go on with your advice to the people of Biafra.
Yeah, like I am saying, my point is...
Okay. Oh, the ma. So, all the gauges in the Kena knows all the ma. N'oge na-adịghị anya Biafra Chukwu ga-enye anyị aka wee bịa ọbasi bi n'igwe ka anyị na-ekpere so esi ụlọ masịrị sị na anyị ga-ala Biafra ka uche eme ọka o si adị. Now, Jude Chijoke, please go on with what I say.
Yeah, thank you very much. Like I'm saying, I said this has been the plan. This has been the plan right from the inception of all those people that have been going about abusing people, but most of the younger ones never knew that the plan is a deal that they had with the politicians. That was the aim. Why they hijacked the radio opened by bim-massob in London. I'm talking of the former radio Biafra London, which was opened and it was hijacked for a purpose. And that purpose is to create confusion, cause violence, and then link the Biafran struggle to violence. And now, which is going to now bring the federal government or whoever people to come up and then, link the Biafran struggle to a terrorist. But I think they failed. They have failed, and they will continue to fail, because we have been long in the struggle, and we figured out that this has been the plan. That was why before they come up, they have to use all kinds of lies, accusations over this and that, pointing someone else, saying that the person is compromised, that is no longer fighting for Biafra. Why we are the one who has ulterior motives. They have something hidden at the back, and today the whole thing is unveiling. As you can see now, the federal government is now saying, linking the whole thing, trying to link Biafran struggle, but we are here to dispute and to also reverse such a kind of thing, because they're trying to link the Biafran struggle into terrorism, or some kind of, but that will never happen. The same people that they killed, the same people that that they are tracing over here, chasing from here to here, calling them all kinds of names. They just want to include that name Biafra. They've been looking for every way to see if they can silence the struggle for Biafra, but they've never seen. So they have to create one. So these whole things are being made by politicians, which once this group were busy making noise, a lot of people said it, that when somebody is going about this way, the person must have had something else. And that was when we realized that they wanted to use the name of Biafra to negotiate their positions, to get their positions under the government of Nigeria, since the present government did not in any way appoint people of the Biafran areas. So the point is very simple, and we are going to remain focused. We are going to remain focused. If they want to go about and be calling the particular people terrorists, I think that is not our own concern. But we are worried that they are linking the name Biafra. They should name whoever they want to call. They should call the person in person and link the same person to terrorism. Let the person go and clear his or her own self, not bringing the name of Biafra. IPOB is a name that covers every Biafrans in general. So linking that IPOB to terrorism, I don't think it is a welcome idea in our own land. We know the problem. We know where the problems are coming from, and I believe that the best way to go about it is not, linking it to terrorism, which the government is doing. Like I said, what they were doing, they did it for a purpose. So, but the purpose that they did it for, we fail and we continue to fail, because our people are non-violent. That is the simple message there. So, thank you, Ikema, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Jude, for that good, very wonderful contribution. Now, let me go to Louis. Louis, are you there? Hello, Louis.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, please. You've heard what I've been saying, that that the federal government has gazetted this prosecution of IPOB, now legalizing it, and in furtherance, writing to embassies of the world, to banks to block their accounts, and other countries to make sure that they comply. Anybody found in that confusion called IPOB will be arrested and prosecuted. What do you have to say about this?
First and foremost, that is not acceptable. It is unacceptable by people. Right from time the Nigerian state never liked people.
Please adjust your position, change your position, please. Change your position, we are not hearing you clearly. Please, Louis, change your position. Louis, please try and change your position. We are not hearing you clearly.
So, what that
no.
Our brothers.
Yeah, please, Louis, if you hear me, you have to change your position. Probably you go close to the window or to the door where you have direct access to the light for us to hear you better.
Okay.
Yeah, because we are not hearing you at all. We're not understanding what you are saying.
All right, what I'm trying to say is that it's unacceptable by our people. The Nigerian Federation, from all sides, they never liked our people because of our resilience. So when this struggle of Biafra came up, they have been trying to, martial out strategy to silence the whole idea. But unfortunately for us, in a way, one of our brother gave them the opportunity of doing that. But however, we condemn the whole idea because the whole world knows or the Biafras are not terrorists. We have cases where we see somebody who bought a plane trying to bomb an aircraft. We know where such person came from. We have also a report where all the respected judges in this country saw a member of ISIS. And we try to link the Biafrans with terrorism is an absurd. It's very absurd. It's unacceptable. The real freedom fighters Massob family remains a non-violent organization which the United Nations and other world leaders is very much aware of. And like we've always observed that those behind our brothers are the government of Nigeria as far as I'm concerned, because somebody cannot flout a precondition and you allow the person to continue to insult the president, to insult the collective intelligence of the people, and you kept silent in the name of the person have not the people like just said truth. They should go after the individual. They should go after the individual and get the individual arrested. You know, last time when we invited Shetima made the statement. He said, and when he realizes that America was not close to chief or no longer with chief, he went back and made his statement. But the question was thrown to him, why will you?
Oh, we have lost him once again. Remember, Slinus, are you with us online? You take over the air.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now.
Yes, I'm still.
Okay, go on, please. You heard what we are saying about this prescription, which we say is unacceptable. We found our teeth, of course, we found our teeth, because it's not enough to say we are our people are terrorists when the real terrorists have not been prescribed. Only that some people get them the opportunity to do that. What do you have to say in this?
My brother, it is laughable anyway, but let me come in this way. In Igbo, it is said, and that is exactly what has happened. We are aware whom they support, the sponsors of the Kano. We are aware. And first of all, for them to have gazetted the proscription of ISHOP as a terrorist organization, they gave some of the reasons why they went. They said, first of all, that IPOP is not registered in Nigeria, that it is an illegal organization in Nigeria. Now, they knew that IPOP is an illegal organization, yet they wanted to use IPOP to do some illegal work in Biafra struggle. So, when they discovered that the illegal work they wanted to use an illegal organization to carry out has failed, in order to get back the money they paid, they had to write banks to freeze their accounts so that the money cannot grow wings and fly away, so they can recover their money. Because the business has turned bad. I wouldn't blame them there. Then for our brothers who allowed themselves to be fooled because they have Biafra, yet they refuse to listen or to discern. Because I think God gave every human being the spirit of discernment to be able to discern between good and bad, between right and wrong. But it is unfortunate that some of our brothers and sisters refuse to make use of that gift of God to be able to discern. That was why they were misled. They thought they were talking about Biafra without knowing that the person they were following was not even talking about Biafra, rather he was trying to destroy the Biafran struggle. Now God decided to make sure that he gets rid of the bad eggs from the good ones. He decided to use the agents that you try to use them to destroy the good thing we are doing. God decided to use the same agent to get rid of them because the evil seed these people decided to plant in our midst, God decided to use them to uproot those evil seeds. And that is why they have now come to brand the terrorist organization. Then in order to recover back their money, they decided to gazette the IPOB as a terrorist organization so that even whatever money they may have paid through foreign account, they can still recover them. Because they went as far as they are now talking about appointing somebody that will take care of, that will manage all the properties of IPOB, including the accounts. But I said, what properties? Do IPOB have any property anywhere? I don't know. Maybe they know better because they know what they funded before they've been releasing to them. They may have known what they were used for. So they know better. And then on the other side, it is a very good government to us. Why I say so? They have made the work they created for us easier. They are now doing the work. Because all these people that were misled, who have refused to believe the truth, because of the level of indoctrination carried out on them, it would have been a very tedious work on us bim-massob family. Since these people refuse to accept the truth, how else would we have been able to get rid of them from this, so that they say we not continue to lie? So like you have seen it that God is using the Nigerian government to do that work for us because they were the ones that wanted to be, so they know how to get rid of them. So whatever they like do with them, they can do with them. If this is the hard lesson that will make them to rethink and come to accept the truth which we have been trying to issue to them or give to them, if this is the hard lesson that will make them listen to it, because since we cannot flog them, we cannot get them, because we are their, and since we their teachers cannot flog them for them to learn properly, maybe if the Nigerian military or the Nigerian government are the ones that can use iron hand to force them to listen to us, if that is what the way God wants it, then it is acceptable to me. Whatever they are being granted of, I don't think that I have any sympathy for them. What they need to do is to just renounce every membership of the organization IPOB and they need to look for the right train, the right vehicle that is moving, that is conveying them to Biafra. It is not a compulsory that they must be IPOB members to enter Biafra. So if they have been, if the federal government of Nigeria has proscribed IPOB as a terrorist organization and went as far as gazetting that proclamation, then what they have to do is to rethink. They have to rethink and ask themselves some vital questions. Then make the move and come back to the right fold, so that together we are pushing to Biafra. So that is just what I have to say.
Thank you very, very much for that. Honestly, I so much wish that the members of IPOB are listening to this broadcast. Of course, I know they do. And how I wish they will just learn lesson and become, new creatures. The problem is that they have this passion for Biafra. A good number of them have their passion for Biafra, I must admit. But the problem is that they are misled. They are misled with a series of lies. And they believe all these things. So to an average Igbo person, if you don't talk of Biafra, you have not said anything at all. What every Igbo person wants to hear today is Biafra. What every Igbo person wants to see today is our flag. And wherever our flag is raised, even if it is a madman raising it, like Chief Dr. Wazike said the other day, people would rally around him, even cover him with clean clothes, because he is raising the symbol of our destiny. This is true. So most of these boys you see getting involved, they do it innocently because they believe that anything that escapes the mouth of their leader is the truth. Unfortunately, it is not the truth. And that is why many suffer due to ignorance. But the problem again is that when you try to tell them something outside what they believe in, they wouldn't understand you. It's just like somebody who is involved in a 419. So people are trying to dupe you. You have invested the first 20,000 naira. Now, if somebody tells you that these are fraudsters, you will not agree because you wouldn't like to lose the 20,000 naira you have already invested. You go and bring another 10,000 and you put it there. Somebody will say, why do you commit this money? You won't believe. Know that you are not suspecting, but the fear of losing, the fear of believing and losing the one you have invested is what makes you keep on believing, investing, and dying slowly. This is the problem we are having in their midst. Many of them want to believe, to believe the truth. But when they discover that they have invested a lot of money, followed their leader to different places, sacrificed much, they are wondering, oh, how can we allow all these things to go down the drains? That is a problem. If you check the Facebook all these days, if you monitor the Facebook closely, hundreds and thousands of their followers do not comment anymore. Even if you write something abusive on the leader, nobody comments. Even those who comment try to use polite language, calling for reconciliation, for understanding. This is what we're observing now. That is to say, reality has dawned on them. And how did this reality dawn on them? That somebody who told you he would burn a particular nation if ever they tried to harass him had to escape through the pigeonhole at the puff of the wind. That is quite ridiculous and ironical. So, most of them never believed that their leader could run. They never believed that. If you had told them before then that their leader could run, these people would invoke thunder on you. Dry season, thunder during the dry season on you. They would say, how can the leader, the supreme deity, the God indisputable, the be all and the end all, the mountain, the colossus, name him? They wouldn't believe that. They would tell, let that person come. As soon as they arrive the premises, all of them are going to die mysteriously. See, they have gone to Arochukwu to carry Odeshi. Therefore, nothing would happen. And when you say, oh my God, it doesn't give me joy saying all these things about my people. Igbos are not known for this at all. Look at the former press secretary to President Jonathan Goodluck, this Abati, Ruben Abati, saying that Igbos, the hypocrisy of the Igbos has come to the fore. What an individual is causing the whole nation. But I'm happy that somewhere along the line, he made a very good argument by relating his own context to a particular individual who was unguided, and who refused to take advice, who at the end of the day is now suffering the dire consequences. And that's the problem. But the problem again is that he escaped. Of course, we are happy he escaped, for him to look back and say, how come that I made this type of mistake? How come that I lost this type of opportunity? But the problem now is that very many have died already. Many promising Biafrans, many promising young boys and girls, many have died, lost their lives for nothing's sake. This is why we always say that we cherish the non-violence philosophy as being propounded by the bim-massob family under the able leadership of Chief Dr. Rafu Wasike, and which the whole world has acclaimed to be a real freedom fighter, because the peace process he's taking is giving Nigeria sleepless nights. And that is why they keep on reaching out to him, appealing to him never to spill the beans. We pray that we are going to get it peacefully. But then we must ask Nigeria and advise them, when you keep on marginalizing our people, when you keep on making series of appointments at the NNPC without any particular Biafran or Igbo person there. When you share oil blocks without any Biafran or Igbo person, when you fail to give us industries, give us good roads, hospitals, electricity, name them, education, everything that makes life worthwhile, when you deny us all days, you are making confrontation inevitable. But we make sure we hold ourselves, we wouldn't lose our temper, with the hope that we shall come to an understanding where we shall share that resources and then we go our separate ways. Thank you very much, fellow Biafrans, for listening to us with full patience. We have gone beyond the stipulated time for this particular broadcast, and we have to thank you for being with us. We have to thank Judy Chijoke for being with us. We have to thank Umar Maslenus. We have to thank equally Louis for being with us, and all others who were not able to be with us today. To our numerous listeners and callers in, we say thank you so much that we have to call it a day today to continue our broadcast tomorrow, 7 o'clock Biafra time. Before we say finally goodbye, let me say, Jude Chijoke, say goodbye to the fellow Biafran, just 1 minute.
Fellow Biafrans, I would like to say thank you for listening to our broadcast today. And I will also urge you to tell your friends and loved ones, to join, and we need everyone to listen to Voice of Biafra so we can be guided properly. And concerning all allegations against the leader of Biafra, Chief Dr. Raphael we should all disregard such. Please don't go violent. Keep on listening to the Voice of Biafra for guidance and for any genuine news. Thank you all. Good night.
Thank you very much. To remember Linux.
Yes, my fellow Biafrans, thank you for joining us tonight. And I will pray all of you to remain calm, be courageous, be confident. Don't allow fear to overrun you because of what you're seeing or what you're hearing this night. It is not for us. Rather, it is for our own good. It is for our favor. Once your leader knows the way, don't be afraid. You will never get lost on the way. So he will definitely lead us to Biafra land. Chief Dr. Afro is the leader. He will lead us to the Biafra land. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much. He will lead us to Biafra land. The principle or the philosophy of a Buddha is, in the battlefield, a good leader says, not for me, not for my boys. When the bullets are coming, a leader says, not for me, not for my boys. But where a leader says, not for me, but for my boys, he is no longer a leader. And that is why people are carrying placards and say, resume now or resign. I don't know how true that is. Whichever way, the leader has said, not for me, but refused to say, not for my boys. And because he said, not for my boys, a lot of people were gunned down. Thank you very much once again, fellow Biafrans, for listening to this particular program. We promise to continue informing you tomorrow, 7 o'clock Biafra time. Be with us. Thank you and God bless.